Hi, everyone. Nice to see we have so many people today. I hope some more will join.
Okay, guys. I guess we can start. We have a very cool presentation for you with many interesting things to share. Let's start as usual with the agenda. Moving on to the agenda, we'll mostly focus on Movex. So we like to share with you what exactly is Movex, how will it affect the project, share some specifics. It will be connected with the rebranding strategy as well as a few other secrets which will be shared in a few minutes. So let's start with Movex. So I will give the floor to Marius.
All right, so I know you've been a bit impatient, and for a good reason, because we've been teasing about all this Movex thing, and we were like, "What is Movex? What is this? What we are talking about?" Mike, just do we have the X slide? Where's the X slide? Okay, so just please the X slide if you can, because that's what I'd like to start with. Sorry for this. Let me change this. So yeah, there were some speculations about what X stands for, and we were teasing about that as well. So X stands for cross-chain, and it stands for exchange. So this is very, very briefly, very broadly speaking, what Movex is all about. So I think actually in the community there were a lot of suspicions that there is these two. So that's why the Movex name. There were a couple of other ideas about this, but this is how it looks like. So in a nutshell, Movex is a decentralized cross-chain investment platform that is made for everyone. So we're actually attacking a couple of different problems here with different angles, and it's, we have to elaborate a bit on that. So we have noticed a few very important problems that are actually blocking people from adopting crypto, from turning them into that. And maybe for the, let's say, younger people, it's not that big of a deal to learn a bit more of a complex technology. But for most other people, it's been a certain roadblock. But to start from the beginning to the finish, we have one thing. So if you want to get into crypto easily, you're gonna start with a centralized exchange, most likely something along the lines of Kraken, Binance, I don't know, OKEx, and anything like this. So this is all fine. These are like big name firms with established reputation and so on. But the thing is that the reason that the blockchain has been conceived in the first place was to decentralize, to keep the ruling rights in not in a centralized form, and this is against the very idea of the blockchain. And while we don't want to be idealistic here because the world isn't ideal, but it actually has some practical implications. Most importantly, it compromises safety, anonymity, introduces authority, which can decide what can really happen to your funds, to your money. And why is this a big thing? Why is that a bad thing? We don't really have to look so far, because think about the recent Bitmart hack. There was also some smaller exchange. I cannot remember the name right now, but a lot of people have lost their money. And this is not to introduce a FUD of some kind, because these attacks happened before. But centralized assets, which is not really that safe. You still need to pass the KYC, so you lose the anonymous factor. There is some authority which can decide if they want to give you back your tokens or your funds, or if they want to block them for some reason they can only think of. So there's certain problems that come with decentralization. That being said, right now the centralized exchanges platforms have one big important advantage. They're very easy to use, they're streamlined, so the process is simple. You just plug in your card, buy some crypto, you have everything in one place, you don't have to worry about this. So, and if you think about DEX, most importantly PancakeSwap, we still have problems. I mean, buying even Move on PancakeSwap has so many problems. You have to think about slippage, you have to think about, sometimes it just blocks for no reason. The UI is like, no offense to the PancakeSwap team, but it's pretty horrible. It's like, it doesn't even show you progress. And so we want to start with connecting these two worlds, so to bring the best of two worlds. So we want this to be simple. We want this a platform to show you all of the assets you have, no matter what chain, no matter where you actually have them, in a very simple interface that you already know from apps like Revolut, from apps like any centralized exchange that you have been using so far. But you don't have to think about what chain it's currently at, where they actually are, and how to access them, how to transfer them. You don't have to think about everything like this. That being said, it still is decentralized because it's on your wallet. So you still have so you can keep it in your MetaMask Trust wallet. You can use a Trezor, like any sort of hardware wallet to store your funds, but you have the same simplicity and ease of use that you would have on a centralized exchange. And this is just the very beginning. So that is the adoption curve. So to put it briefly, we want to make crypto investment safe. This has been our mission from the very first day. So this is what we have been offering, this is what we've been preaching, and that raised the initial interest, that helped us raise the private sale, because a lot of people really had the same problems as we had. So to make sure that what they invest in is actually safe. So our very first application was the AI-driven contract audit, which helped a lot of people avoid a honeypot, a contract that was designed to steal people's funds as opposed to provide them with some tangible long-term investment value. So this is where we started, and we are not abandoning this mission. This is still at the core of what we're doing. That being said, safety is not just being a honeypot or not. It's the entire process, from the very moment of plugging in your card to accessing the funds, to storing the funds, transferring them, trading them. Safety is the most important thing, the most important problem for us. And if you keep your funds on the CEX, you basically, it's hostage. It's held hostage. It may be a bit a strong phrase, but you don't really own your assets anymore. If you get them back on your wallet, then it's fine. You're gonna get them back. But in between this transition, you just don't own it. It's like some login and password, some Postgres database or whatever, where they actually store how many tokens you have. But it's really their choice. What are they gonna do with them? Chain agnostic.
Sorry to interrupt you, but how many times or withdrawals were just suspended for BSC or for other blockchains? You were not just you weren't able to withdraw your funds or move them to another place, or there are some applications which actually can help you buy crypto, but if if you need to move them somewhere, then it's not that easy. So that's also a thing we had in mind when designing the whole Movex strategy. But giving the floor back to Marius to discuss.
Yeah, but this is actually a very good point. Like, even if you don't get your funds stolen, there are so many in-betweens. I mean, I'm sure that if you're using centralized platforms, there were definitely times where you have encountered some withdrawals suspended, or like, for example, you were worried if you are going to deposit, like, let's say, a large sum, if this is going to be blocked for some time, and they be asking you questions, like all of this stuff. You may have encountered or not, but this is all happening, and this is a serious barrier for crypto adoption. That being said, there is no currently an alternative. All of the tools are difficult to use, like configuring MetaMask, everything like this is just very difficult if you're a newcomer. So we want to be chain agnostic. What it really means is that we're going to work on the BSC, Ethereum, and beyond. So our target in the long run are all of the Ethereum compatible chains. What that means in practice is that you don't have to think about it anymore. So if you have the cool thing is that you have one address. One address works for all of the Ethereum compatible chains you have. So we can easily see what assets you have on each of these exchange and show them all in one easy to use list. So the app will be, let's say, Revolut for DeFi. So if you haven't used Revolut, it's like it's like a fintech application. It's a very simple of use, let's say, bank sort of card tool. It's easy. It's very mobile friendly. You don't have to worry about all of this difficult stuff. You're gonna have the same convenience you have in grown-up fintech tools as you would have in crypto, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, this is some very, let's say, broad introduction, but what this is actually going to allow you to. So the core principles of our roadmap remain unchanged but expanded. So you will be able to trade transfer assets. Well, you will say you can technically do this right now, but you cannot do this cross-chain. So with us, you will be able also to transfer your assets. You will be able to trade the assets across different chains, bridges, and so on. You will be still able to audit your tokens, but instead of just being able to audit them on the BSC, you will be able to audit them on all of the other chains in the future. You'll be able to use trading features like limit orders, stop loss, so that you can manage your investment portfolio and you don't have to constantly monitor the price changes. And we have seen that recently the price changes so much. And much more. So this will be the only platform you will need to manage all of your crypto assets across the different chains. The technology is mature right now, so we can do this. You don't have to think about it. This is all going to be seamless without your intervention.
Yeah, very well said, Marius. And I would like to add that the most important thing from my perspective would be to make the let's say the DeFi crypto accessible for everyone. Currently, as we've said, it's difficult for people, who are not that familiar with things like MetaMask and so on, to send funds, to really understand what these addresses stand for and so on, especially for new people to crypto. And we want to change that. So basically, if we look at Revolut, you just have a username. You can basically send your funds using this or just a phone number. This is very simple, and we want to take the same approach to the Movex platform.
Exactly, and there is no reason you shouldn't be able to do the same in the crypto world. I mean, why not just instead of sending let's say fiat money to somebody by the telephone number or the username, you can just send your stable coin using their minted username. So that's all the future. Our long-term goal is to increase crypto adoption tenfold. So that's what we want to do. We want to keep people coming to crypto, but not necessarily to have their first stop on some centralized exchange, but to start with Move. In order to do that, it would be necessary to obviously make it possible to use credit card to purchase crypto, which is something that we're exploring, not on the roadmap yet, but it would it would make the entire journey complete, and without users ever needing to leave our ecosystem. So that's let's say the vision. That's what the problems that we are going to tackle, that we're already tackling, and we want to solve in a better and better way. All right, so there were questions. We have been speaking about Ethereum bridge. So thanks to Movex, this is all going to be possible. So thanks to Movex, it will be possible to purchase the Move token on the Ethereum using our cross-chain bridge. So if you are an Ethereum user and you don't really want to start exploring Binance Smart Chain for any reason, but you have your assets already on the Ethereum, you may just use our cross-chain bridge in the Movex to purchase Move tokens. So this is all going to be possible with the Movex platform that will be operating cross-chain. Our first chain that we're going to expand on is going to be Ethereum. It's the biggest Ethereum compatible chain. So that's what we are going to start with.
And it's also very important to mention the big picture here. So we've been in contact with a few angel investors, with a few VCs as well, which are our friends. Basically, we know each other for a few years. We've known each other for a few years. And the thing is, when we were pitching the vision, it was often like, okay, guys, the whole idea is really cool, but you need to really take it to the next level to make it more thrilling. Many of those guys were really experienced in crypto, so we had a lot of meetings with regard to discussing the strategy, the long-term vision, and hence the whole Movex strategy. It's connected with the rebranding and with everything. And with Movex, we will also be able to get much better terms for funding, much better term sheets from investors, and so on. So we believe that this is a very good move, for the long term and for real big growth. Because let's be honest, utility and value are really important, and this is our main focus. But we also need to make this more interesting for some things like viral factor and so on, and also for new investors who who we are pitching to. So hence the whole idea. And speaking about the rebranding thing, let's move to the next slide.
Well, just wanted to touch upon that exactly. So here's the thing. Like, we've started with a very useful suite of tools. There is no doubt of this, and you have given us faith and trust that we're gonna build them and that they're gonna solve your problems. And this is still true. That being said, I feel like we can do so much more. We can use the same technology, expand it to work on to be more user friendly, to work on different chains, and bring the users from all over the blockchain and beyond, to bring new users to the crypto. So if we can do it and achieve so much more, why not do this? I mean, we should shoot for the moon and for the parallel universe, as we have started. And this is the way we want to introduce crypto to the broader world with Movex.
Yeah,
and
that's correct.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, sure. No problem. Sorry for interrupting, but basically this is what advisors, this is what our friends from the industry, both from the AI industry, from the crypto industry, have been saying to us. So guys, we really prefer this whole idea, this whole strategy over the previous one. And, why not take this to the next level?
Exactly. We have all we need to really execute this big, to do something that can really change the way we are thinking about crypto. But in order to do this, we had to start with rebranding. We wanted to be more relatable, more, let's say, appealing, and that's why we hired, I think, the best local agency to get us with the rebranding. So these are the first. This is not still finished. This is draft, but these are the first logos logos and the branding, the colors and everything that will represent our brand from now on. So this is still in progress, but roughly this is how it's going to look like. It's going to reflect us in a more professional sense, in a more relatable sense, more accessible way for everybody that wants to use our platform. We want to look like a big name company and act like one. We're beyond the launch phase, and I think we're due a proper rebranding.
Yeah, exactly. And this is still in progress. Some things might change, for example, like this TM thing or some colors, but basically rebranding is not only a new logo, a new website. It's the full perception, how you look at a company, how you look at a brand, and this is a much bigger thing. If you want, if one wants to shoot for big things, this is a necessary step. Not not to look like any other token, any other company, but also to have a very cohesive vision and look with regard to what you are going to offer.
Exactly. I feel like the previous branding served its purpose well, but it was kind of limiting. It positioned us as a set of tools, a set of niche tools to do stuff on the BSC. This is shooting at a wider audience. This is to show that we're doing a big thing here, and I feel like this branding reflects what we're building. And yeah, this is pretty much what I have previously said. I hope that the branding gives you a fresh perception. The colors will be also changed, as you can see. We want to go with green mint, which is both professional and fresh. So that's the impression we want to give to the newcomers, to the new investors, to the users of our platform, to people that will believe in us for a long time.
Yeah, also, along with the new branding and vision, so with graphics, let's say, a revamped white paper will follow, because as you can clearly see, we are revamping the vision about the platform and the long-term strategy. So everything will be updated. We are working on that, and yeah, expect some fresh, more appealing market moves soon, as you can see in the presentation.
I think time for a small surprise. Nobody really expected that, so let's introduce the next thing. The first, let's say, the first part of Movex Rewards. Yeah, let's go. So Movex is not only the change of the platform and the experience and branding and everything. We feel like there is some untapped potential in the token itself and the way it can provide value to the current and future investors. So with Movex, the Move token will provide different opportunities to incentives for the investors, but also for the influencers, creators, and basically people that love what we're doing, that support us, that wants to see us grow. And imagine if you can combine all of this with earning additional Move, because you spread the enthusiasm, you spread the love of Move across the internet. You attract new people. So it is not just shill your bag anymore. It's way more that. So we'd like to introduce Movex Rewards, which is a unique referral rewards program with logic that is battle tested. So you have seen this. I'm sure everybody will see that this is not new in the world, but this is definitely new to crypto tokens. So we're gonna adapt this marketing to the token. Here's how we're gonna use this simple system to make Move really go viral and spread like wildfire. So basically, everybody that wants to share the Move, the MarketMove platform and the token, will be able to have their own link. So I'm sure you have seen this. This is like affiliate programs, reward programs. You have seen this in e-commerce, in software, everything, like pretty much all of the programs like this. You're gonna have a link. Let's say for this is not final, but let's assume it's gonna be by MarketMove AI / your own nickname, like let's say Move Lover. And here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna get paid for every time that people will start investing in Move from your referral. So every time a user will make the first purchase of the Move tokens using our website with your referral code, you are going to receive a reward, and the user will also receive a reward. So I'm sure you know this from the promo code. Influencers have this all the time. So if you have, let's say, if they promote a product, they're gonna get a reward, and also you are going to have a discount on a product or something like this. So I feel like we had a moment where we had to think how we can really incentivize people to spread the word, because shilling your bag is great, and basically also I know that a lot of people just support us organically because they believe in what we're doing, and this is all great. But when you have to spend some serious time on this, prepare some campaigns, maybe record some video, and the only thing is just like a lottery or something like this just may be not enough. And we wanted to make a program to make everybody who wants it to help us grow. Everybody who has any means, any time, spare time, any audience, any like channel on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere, or just wants to take time and shill to all of your friends, you will be able to do this with Movex Rewards, and you're gonna actually get rewarded with more Move tokens. So your bag is going to grow proportionally to the way you help us grow. So not only will the price grow because of your efforts, because people will buy more Move, but also your personal bag as a promoter will grow as well. So this is a fee structure that we currently are proposing. this might change in the future, so please just not get too attached to it. But 5% reward for the affiliate. So whenever somebody purchases Move for the first time to a certain limits, which are not yet established or discussed through the link, the affiliate would just receive the reward to their wallet. The way it's going to work, and also the 5% more Move for the buyer. And the way it's going to work is that this program will not work through, for example, PancakeSwap or like KuCoin and any other medium. Just our own by MarketMove AI website. It doesn't exist yet, so just don't go there. And there will be a possibility to provide the referral code, and it will also provide you an opportunity to buy Move. So this will also help people with all of these when slippage questions. I'm sure that it's difficult, and this is actually sad that this is pretty difficult to buy Move sometimes. So this website will also help you just get people to buy Move through our own website. They will no longer have to resort to any other third-party websites or PancakeSwap. All right, yes, exactly. So this is going to come along with Movex Rewards, Movex Swap feature. People will be able to buy Move and don't worry about this slippage because it will be automatically provided. So no more minimum slippage to buy, sir. Like I understand these questions arise. I feel like they're like it's rational to ask them because it's not that easy. Especially again, this is the adoption curve I've been talking about so much. Not only that, like everybody who will use this page will also have guidance and links to get support. So as opposed to just seeing, some 2 text boxes where you enter some amounts and you don't really know what's happening, some slippage, some K errors, whatever that means. No more. Like this is just no more. Michael, any thoughts about this? Because I feel like I'm talking too much.
Yeah. No,
I'm just
no.
about this.
I agree. That this is a great approach. Especially, it will be really important to maybe highlight that the Movex Rewards program will be available both, to small investors or like some individual people and big influencers. Or just influencers, because people will be incentivized to really promote MarketMove. As you can see, for example, in this image, for Binance or for Cryptocurrencies, so for one of the biggest exchanges in the world, this approach really made wonders. And here, influencers, promoters, everyone, the community itself will be incentivized to promote MarketMove because they will simply be able to earn money. And this will be especially important for bigger promoters we are in contact with, but let's move to this a little later. Yeah, and Marius, do you want to
exactly
next slide?
Well, you just have to know that this sort of thing, it might seem a bit trivial at first, but this actually helped Binance surpass all of the competition. Basically, there were nobody back in 2018 or something, and they have sprinted through the competition, leaving everybody in the dust because people were so incentivized to keep talking about Binance, sending links, sending spam sometimes, using Twitter, all of the possible ways. And you can see that it actually makes sense because the biggest affiliates actually made more than $50 million. I'm sure that they had like amazing reach and they had big, amazing big audiences. That being said, it was a very profitable program. And here's the great thing about Move. Actually, the purchases of Move are pretty big because if you invest, like let's say if you buy like shoes or sneakers, you may spend anywhere from like $50 to $150 or like some more sometimes. But this is like the, let's say, baseline price. When you invest in a token, you typically spend a bit more. So this is also a big opportunity just because the amounts are bigger. So if from your link you're gonna sell, I think we had this in one of our slides, $100,000 worth of Move, you get a bag worth of $5,000, which I think is pretty lot, and it's not really a big amount. And the bag also grows because this is your investment. So if you hold it, it just grows over time. And that's just the idea. So obviously this is not just a benefit to the promoters, but this is a benefit to all of us who want to see the platform grow, because we need this constant influx of new people and new people both to the platform and to the token. We want new holders, we want people to invest in Move, help the effort grow, because that's really that's the only way we can really fulfill this mission. And okay.
Yeah, it might take some time, but once the ball starts rolling, so it will really hugely impact the project in a positive way. Yeah, so talking about this,
it not take that much time. Once the program is live, we want to start with already pre-signed influencers that will start promoting it from the very first day. But everybody who wants to help it grow will be able to get their own link to also provide the content, right content, record videos about the platform, spread the word. Also, like we cannot sometimes reach some regional communities simply because we don't know any influencers there in certain countries. So if you're local to a country, it may be easier for you to reach your audience than for example, for us. So this is all possible thanks to Movex Rewards.
Exactly, and for people who hold Move, apart from influencers and so on, so they will not only be able to grow their bag, because if someone buys, the market cap and the price will follow, but they will also be able to get additional moves from the referral link itself. So it's a win-win situation. Talking about this, this is an approach we've been exploring for quite some time now. So basically organic growth. Let's move to the next slide. So to the marketing update.
Just if I could, I just reminded. Sorry for the interruption,
No
but
problem.
when we were doing the polls, and this is again why the community voice is so important for us. When we were doing the polls, we figured out most of you came actually from a referral, from a friend or like acquaintance that told them about Move. So even though all of these channels are very efficient in gathering new investors, still like the word of mouth is the best way, and something that we trust. And we thought like, why we cannot make use of why we cannot help people spread the word? Why can we incentivize them to actually do this? And hence the Movex Rewards project. Okay, I guess it's for you, Michael.
Yeah, exactly. But I totally agree that the biggest projects, the most successful projects, got there because of the word of mouth. So because of the community, people referring the project to other people, to their friends, to their family. So it becomes kind of a viral factor, and this is exactly what we are going for. And what we've been going for with the share button on our in our audit tool and so on. And we already have some very impressive results from this, like the most recent growth, which was boosted by other factors. But moving to the marketing update. So the first thing is the organic growth, which we are focused on. But maybe let's first discuss the big picture. So we don't really want to chase pumps which are not sustainable, which get as a big growth, then we have a big price correction just for the sake of it, let's say. What we are going for, and you can see it exactly, you can see it clearly here with the Movex strategy, with the whole rebranding thing, with Movex Rewards. It's an actual strategy that will help us grow in a sustainable way, with the word spreading much quicker than previously, and with the whole company, with the whole brand and the token, most importantly, looking much more professional to investors, both retail investors and institutional investors. So this is the big picture. We have a couple of, as for paid marketing, we have a couple of big influencers in line for the next marketing push. We want to combine this with the revamped website rebranding, which is which will be there really soon. As you can see, we already have the most important things: the logo, the whole, let's say, branding vision from the agency. And we are working on the new website and white paper as we speak. So the rest of the team. So we will combine this with a huge marketing push. We have secured a very big marketing budget for that. A couple $100,000 for it. But as you
Really?
know,
Wow.
yeah. I think we've been spending this really efficiently. And this is a very important factor to also be prepared. So for some more bearish markets, let's say, as currently, I believe personally, it will not last that long, and will bounce back up. Talking about the big market, but basically it's important to always look ahead, always look for the future, and this is exactly what we've been doing. So for the marketing, just maybe to focus on like short term, we have a few big influencers in place, few cool press releases, paid advertisements, and they're all waiting for the update of the MarketMove platform. Basically, let's say the rebranding and the vision thing we mentioned previously. Yeah, and I guess this would be it. I'm really curious to hear your questions. So let's move to the last part of the presentation, so to the AMA. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand and we'll be happy to answer them.
And we've got the Crypto Gen. You should be allowed to speak right now.
Thank you guys for all the hard work you guys doing. It's amazing. I have just a few questions. Of my understanding, Movex will have cross-chain between BSC, ETH, Solana, and other blockchains. So when the trading function will start on the platform, will the gas fees paid in Move? That's my first question. Second, also, will the gas fees be the same for all chains? Meaning, will the gas fees paid in Move be the same if you want to buy something on BSC, ETH, or other chains? And will the gas fees be well priced, low as like BSC? And on top of this, one more additional question: will NFT be tradable on the platform?
Okay, so yeah, this is actually a very smart question. So the answer is I don't have a fully prepared answer to this yet, but what we expect this to be is we cannot really be cheaper than the target blockchain. So the target Ethereum gas fees will likely stay the way they're on the Ethereum, and the BSC will stay the way it's BSC. If it can be paid in Move, this is still to be discovered, but to trigger a transaction from, let's say, BSC to Ethereum, you will have to likely pay with BNB, and from Ethereum to BSC, you will likely have to pay in the Ethereum, because that's the way the blockchain works, and we cannot really get around this. It's because to sign the transaction, you have to provide the gas fees. So even though that would be perfect, I don't think this is going to be possible in the beginning, but if that changes, if we can develop such technology, definitely this is something that's going to be in the future.
Question was, is NFT going to be tradable on the platform?
Oh, sorry for this. We're exploring the topic of the NFT. It is possible. I don't have a clear answer yet, but it's very possible that this is going to be on the roadmap, because we believe that a platform like this would not really be complete without NFTs. So the answer is likely.
I can add one more interesting thing here, is that for the username, we've been exploring an approach where the username would be an NFT itself. So just to make sure that it's unique, that it's safe, it cannot be stolen, and so on. So that's another thing, and definitely this will be possible, but we are still exploring that. We just want to... Yep.
Yeah, this wasn't really for the presentation, but one of the things we're exploring, and this is very likely that we're going to use that, is Move ID. So Move ID will be an NFT issued username that you will be able to claim, and well, the sooner you're gonna get this, you're gonna do this, the better. And with the Move ID, you will no longer have to remember all of these difficult 0x blah 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 addresses. You will just be able to, let's say I like to transfer some tokens to Mike. I'm just gonna have some like @MichaelMove, and the system will automatically recognize that this is the right Michael, and I can just send transfer to them. And if somebody secures a very a sought after name, they could be even able to sell it if
Similar
popular.
Similar
to the domains.
Yes, exactly. So similar to domains and to Revolut usernames currently, as mentioned previously. So I use Revolut on a daily basis. So I just need a username and that's all. And if we combine this with NFT, this can get even more interesting.
Yeah, and this is another thing, that the 0x addresses are fine, but they're pretty error prone. So why not just remember somebody's name, have them in the address book, and be able to trade with them, transfer them things like tokens, NFTs, everything, just using their NFT minted username.
Not having to worry about the blockchain. So am I sending this on BSC, or am I sending this on Solana or other blockchains, basically? So we want to streamline the process because, from my perspective, be it centralized exchanges or decentralized exchanges, they both have really big flaws since the whole industry is so early. So the goal here with the platform is to change that. Yeah, but we hope that this answered your question.
All right, Trader Ray, you should be allowed to talk right now. You might have to unmute yourself.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. You guys are doing a great job. This is more of an observation, not a question, but on that logo, it looks great. But subliminally, it's trending down. That chart is trending down. So maybe at the end of the M, you maybe have it trend up a little bit. I don't know. That was the first impression I saw of it because it was the graph. But if you look at it, the M is actually trending down. And I'm like, oh man, as an investor, you want things to trend up.
That's actually a very good spot. Yeah, I agree with this. And we have noticed this as well. Again, this is not the final logo. We also have a couple of other proposals. This is something that we'd like to share with you, but the others are a bit similar, but not all of them are like a chart that is trending down. Well, that's how the M letter looks like. So we cannot really go beyond that. But yeah, this is a good point. We have to think about this and decide if we're gonna end up with this logo or with another one or another one.
Yeah, we have a few options. We could potentially just add, a very small line at the end to make it go up.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of just what I was thinking, because I mean kind of within that was the first impression I got when I saw that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I know it's more marketing, but yeah, I just wanted to share that for some feedback.
These subliminal messages are more important than we think. We don't want people to associate MarketMove with a dumping chart. so yeah, that also we kind of counter that with the green color, but maybe we have to think about this because this is not the impression we want to make, that with MarketMove you're gonna see your charts dump.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
And Mr. Bean, you should be allowed to speak. You might have to unmute yourself.
Yep, thank you. So first of all, great progress, guys. I've been an investor since day one. And I wanted to ask about the estimation times. Do you have any estimation about for the launch of Movex and the platform and the rebranding?
Do we have a?
You want to take the Movex Rewards maybe thing first?
Well, yeah. So the Movex Rewards is the first thing that we're going to launch. We kind of stepped away from giving estimates. All I can tell you, it's going to be launched soon. Because if we commit to the deadline, and for some reason, like let's say an influencer will just not follow through with the deal in time, we will have to start with it. So we'd rather make sure that we're fully prepared to it, but you will not have to wait too long for the Movex Rewards, that's for sure. The platform obviously has a lot of things to develop, so we'll be releasing features one after another. The rebranding is also due very, very soon. Because the website is already being redesigned, the white paper it has already, what you have seen here are some of the slides from the a bit edited, but from the white paper. So this presentation is a prelude to the white paper. So you will not have to wait too long. That's what I can say. It's weeks, not months.
Exactly. Yeah, especially for the rebranding white paper and the new website, which we are focusing on at the moment. So as Marius has mentioned, it's weeks, not months. So it's almost there. And as for the platform, this will be developed in a continuous manner. But with this vision, this will definitely not be released as fast as previous features, but I believe that in the end it will be worth it because it's really a big thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty ambitious project. It's a big vision. We're gonna need some time to execute it, but it's not like we're gonna lock ourselves in the basement and just keep coding. You're gonna see updates, fixes, also new features, new sub features of the features, and so on, all of the time. So this like agile development. You can think about like Google Chrome. You don't even know when it's updating, but obviously we're gonna communicate that though. But as opposed to, let's say, when Microsoft used to issue Windows all the time, and it was not working well with the Google Chrome approach. It's like the continuous update.
All right, Den, you should be allowed to speak right now. You might have to unmute yourself.
Hello, guys. Just continue of previous question. I think that was a question about ETA, about trading. When will be trading online?
So you mean so the first feature, Movex Swap, will be introduced along with the Movex Rewards program. So you will be able to swap the Move first, and then all of the other tokens using the best price you can get across all of the swaps.
And
Oops, I accidentally muted him.
Okay.
Here, let's because he's not popping up in the list. Oh, right here, I got him.
Okay.
There you go. Then you might have to unmute yourself again.
I mean, any ATA when swap or trading goes online on Move platform.
Yeah, so as I said, the Move Rewards along with the Move Swap, it's weeks, not months. We don't want to set on a particular date, and here's why. Because we want to ensure that the long-term growth of the platform, the marketing, and everything gets aligned. So we have to constantly adapt to the changing markets, and we feel like this is the best way to go. But again, you can expect the first feature of the Movex not long from this time.
Yeah, and maybe just to highlight one more important thing is that we are going for a totally revamped vision here. So releasing every feature very quickly was a nice strategy, but for the real growth, for the big growth, which big investors are interested in, it's much beyond that. And we really had a lot of meetings with big players to discuss this, and it was like, okay guys, let's, we want to be fully transparent with you. And for MarketMove Trade, for example, it was like, okay, it's really cool that you guys want to do that you focus on that, but why go for it if instead of that you can go for much bigger things, especially that there are already some companies which aim to do exactly that, and there are already some solutions out there for this specific purpose. But for cross-chain trading in a streamlined way, where you don't have to use any ugly, difficult to use decentralized platforms, it's a totally different story. So this is the vision, the thing to keep in mind. And I believe that in both the short term and long term, it will provide much better results than just rushing for deadlines, than just rushing for releasing everything as quickly as possible. But still, just to answer your question directly, we will be releasing the next things within weeks from now. So rebranding, Movex, swap, and so on. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Exactly. I think we have to be agile and just adjust to changing conditions, because just again, this is what I said. We could just lock ourselves in the basement and just crunch the code furiously, but then again, maybe the marketing wouldn't work so well. So we have to make sure that all of the priorities are in line, that the project is moving at the right pace, that we are attracting the new holders, that we're not that we still care about all of the current holders, that we have time to answer the questions and so on and so forth, to prepare well for the AMA sessions, to give you investor updates. All of these things take time, and I don't feel like they can really be neglected just so that we can release a feature a week or two earlier, because all of these things are crucial. We have to have all of the boxes checked to be able to consistently run this project, to make sure that you have all of the updates on time.
Exactly, and maybe just to add one more thing, we are currently working, or let's say we worked on opening a few positions for new experts, so there will be probably additional team members coming soon, both technical and marketing ones. So this will also help us with the new strategy, which is pretty demanding, but I believe that totally feasible and much more interesting for new investors. Guys, let's move to the last question from the community here on Telegram, and we will also cover two or three additional questions from the Google Forms. Yeah, so if you have any question here, please raise your hand.
I know you're allowed to speak. You might have to unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi. Thank you, Will.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I was just curious. I just got onto the app with the recent update, and I connected my wallet for the first time, and it showed some tokens on there which I've not been aware of. Maybe they were airdrops and they all looked like they had bad code. Do y'all have any suggestions on like how to get rid of stuff like that?
Well, so technically you cannot really get rid of them. But in the app, you will find a feature called hide, so that you can just have them not shown in the main wallet, so that they don't spam your space and you can only see the tokens that you care about. Unfortunately, it is not possible because, well, they can just transfer the tokens to you, and typically there is also no way to send them back. Also, you would have to pay gas fee, so that doesn't really make sense. But even if you wanted to, just for peace of mind, typically they have the transfer function blocked, so you will not be able to. That being said, you can easily just hide them in the app, and they will not bother you anymore. Thanks for trying out the app.
Yeah, exactly. They are not really dangerous. I remember a project called HashPanda and so on. You just have to forget about it.
Right.
Don't do anything with it, and it will be fine. And in the application itself, yeah.
Just don't go to the websites. Typically, also, like, maybe this is not really on topic, but it's good that everybody hears that. So watch out for these, because if you actually go to their website, they will give you some like fake looking, like kind of like PancakeSwap or like exchange website where you allegedly be able to swap your tokens, but what they're actually going to do is ask you to connect your wallet and take some funds from them if you authorize them. So watch out, this is a clever scam, and just don't do it or ask if you're unsure.
Dennis, you should be unmuted and allowed to speak.
Hi. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Dennis. Waiting for a question.
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice presentation. Thank you. I have three questions. The first of all, I have see lots of projects like this, cross-chain exchange, and what would be the main difference between other projects? That's the first one. The second one, what marketing entertainment are you planning for this month, maybe next month? This is the second one. And the last one, it's very important. When will be the listing?
The listing, okay. So first,
listing and other exchange listing, maybe.
Yeah, go maybe Marius for the first question.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the differentiator. Well, first of all, simplicity. To use the other platforms, you have to go through hoops. We will be accessible to a way bigger audience that doesn't need to go through all of these difficulties of going through, setting up the wallets, everything, like all of the difficult stuff. That's one thing. Also, we're gonna have way more things integrated. So just as opposed to just being able to trade, you will be able to audit all of your tokens to make sure that nothing bad happens to them. Set the stop-loss limit orders. I don't think there is a platform that has all of these functionalities. There are some platforms that allow you to swap cross-chain. But still, they're not very user-friendly, and this is a very young market, so I assume that there will be some competitors. It's just what we really focus, like what's the most important thing that matters, that gives us this edge.
Yeah, exactly. So simplicity, you will be basically able to just download the app, choose your username and go from there. You won't be required to learn about everything, about all these 0x addresses, different blockchains, and it will be possible, for example, to prevent situations when you send your funds on different blockchain and just lose them because the address is the same, but the blockchain is different. So that's the competitive advantage, simplicity, which I believe is really, really important, as you can see in the IT space, for example. Moving on to the second question. So for marketing in short term, the previous growth of the token itself was caused by a few factors. One of them was paid ads, paid marketing here, especially paid ads. So we'll continue with that. We are setting our Google Ads accounts and so on, just to make sure it can proceed seamlessly. So we'll proceed with that, and we also have a couple of influencers in place, mostly YouTube, but not only that. So this will be the short-term strategy, but obviously the let's say mid-term strategy, or in month or two, will be much bigger with the Movex Rewards thing coming, with the organic growth boosted by paid marketing, as in short term. The third thing, so listing. We've been contacted by a few exchanges, also some bigger ones, and are exploring the best possibilities here. It's very important to take slow steps here, so not just rush, for any exchange that wants to list you, because some people are not aware, but it costs a lot of money, and you always have to care for value to price ratio, let's say. But once a good opportunity comes, we will definitely go for it. So I don't want to mention.
Recently, we were contacted by Bitmart, but after what happened recently, I don't think we want to go this way. I think
also as for Bitmart, let's maybe not drop other names, but basically we were contacted back in September even, or back in October. But we are in contact with a few bigger exchanges from top 10 here. But basically, you just have to do this in, let's say, good time, when the market is more bullish in general, not like currently, and also really do the research first, because as you can see, if you look at different coins which were listed on bigger exchange, even on bigger exchanges, if it's not connected with their marketing push, or any releases, the volume is just not there. So just to answer the question, maybe just to sum it up, we are in contact with a few exchanges. Some of them are much better than Bitmart, in my opinion. And once the time is right, we'll go for it. And we also have the funds to do that. But first of all, we want to focus on our growth to boost the market cap and the price. And most importantly, develop the platform along with the new strategy. Yeah, so I hope this answers your questions.
Sir Shinjo?
Let's maybe go for the last question from the community, because we also have a few more from the Google Forms.
Okay, Sir Shinjo, the last one then. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my questions. I hope you can hear me properly. So I heard you responding to that user's question about the issues with his wallet and those different coins, trying to remove them. I'm listening to the vision that the team is trying to push in terms of making it more adoptable across the board for people who aren't as knowledgeable about the crypto space. Is there going to be a section maybe that will be beneficial for people who are, and they played around with Binance Smart Chain tokens, and I know a lot of people have been burned. I'm sure a lot of people have been burned, but maybe like a how-to or an educational portion where it teaches them some of the things to be wary of?
Yeah, I believe we can definitely implement that, and this is actually a good example because Binance does exactly that. So Binance has its Binance Academy. It's a different application, but there's nothing that would stop us to just implement this within the main application itself. So we can definitely do that, and we are all for educational content.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, you're welcome. Yeah, we can go for a couple more questions from the Google Forms. So thank you for submitting them. Let's start with the first one. So, will it be possible to buy cryptocurrencies on Movex application directly for Fiat without KYC? Yeah. So just to answer this, we are considering to add this in the future to Movex to make the platform fully self-sustainable without a need to use as SEX to on-ramp, but it's still to be explored because it obviously depends on a country and on a partner. So most of them require a KYC, but we are aware that there are some solutions which could make this possible.
Exactly. We would really like to include this, and this kind of closes our vision of a platform that doesn't really need anything beyond itself to be able to fully experience the crypto. That being said, it depends on the geography and the partners that will help us doing the on-ramping, because this is with the help of third parties. Depends on where you are. So as you can see, it's not always that easy with the regulatory landscape. Just look at Binance and all of the different things that they have to encounter in different countries. I hope it's easier when you just accept the credit card no matter where you are. So we like this, and let's see how and when we can introduce that.
Exactly. Going for another question, what makes you feel confident about the survival and sustainable success of your Movex project in the near future? While you build your project, do you want to take into account community feedback and demands? So this is what we've always been doing from the very beginning. A lot of features, like for example the share button in the Audit tool, or a few other ones, charting tool, for example, so to be able to...
The portfolio view is entirely proposed and designed by the community.
Exactly, the feature to hide new tokens, or let's say to hide these airdrop tokens, which you don't want to see in your portfolio, is another thing, another good example. And this is the reason why the whole Movex thing was conceived. So basically for the safety and accessibility, simplicity of investing in crypto, and also to just provide a much bigger opportunity for the project to grow, for the token to grow, which I believe is what most people seek after, and this is totally understandable. Yeah. So I guess we have covered pretty much everything as for these questions. Yeah. So Marius, do you have anything else to add to conclude the AMA?
Well, maybe just a quick sum up. So we're going fresh. This is a big I wouldn't say change, but adjustment in the direction of making the platform for everyone. So that's what Movex stands for. With the Movex Rewards, I'm sure we can accelerate our marketing efforts, because we will not, because currently the thing is that right now we have to be the starters of all of the marketing efforts. With this, people just can do grassroots marketing. They are incentivized to do this without even asking us. Obviously, we will help them, and I feel like this is a great time for the MarketMove, for the community, and we have a big, very ambitious vision. I hope you choose to support us, because the problems that we will solve all together are actually going to change the crypto landscape for the good, to make it a safer and more harmonious place available to everyone. So thank you everyone for coming here. I'm happy that the AMAs that we have are growing in size in terms of the number of participants. I hope to see the trend only going upwards, and stay tuned for the updates. I feel like there is going to be a pretty big discussion right now on the official community channel. We'll try to help if there are any questions, any clarifications needed in terms of what we have presented today. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So maybe to add one more final thing, we are exploring a different approach to the community update, since most of people watch it on YouTube either way. So we'll most likely give you more information on that in a few days. We are exploring a pre-recorded update and going for questions from Google Forms, or doing, let's say, a hybrid form, just to make it quicker, just to make only the AMA section, so the last section, live, and the update, and to make the update pre-recorded. But we'll let you know, guys. Thank you very much for taking your time today with us, and if you have any questions, please let us know in the main group. Let's keep in touch. Yeah, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, and till the next time. Thank you.